how the use of Port 1033 by law enforcement contributed to the killing of the UnitedHealthcare CEO. Orchestrator, Brian Thompson, City of Tallahassee official. Brian Thompson, working for the City of Tallahassee, allegedly oversaw and enabled unauthorized public testing of counter-terrorism surveillance protocols. This included live simulation, use of Port 1033, integration of smart surveillance systems, and collaboration with law enforcement and security contractors. The test subject, female city employee with health issues. A female employee under Brian Thompson's management becomes an unwitting participant in one of these simulations. She is medically vulnerable with documented health issues, monitored covertly via Port 1033, targeted with auditory hallucination style stimuli and behavior nudges. Her psychological distress is escalated, and she begins to share these with her inner circle. Connected individual, the young man, unrelated but connected by a network linked via social media. The young man who later kills the UnitedHealthcare CEO is not directly part of the test, but becomes incidentally entangled via social media surveillance. Law enforcement, as a part of its data sharing practices or surveillance frameworks, deploys 1033 or similar telemetry via social media apps, possibly as part of the same behavior simulation grid. The young man's device or account is tagged or swept into this surveillance field. Through subliminal audio manipulation, altered content feeds, and behavior signals, he starts to hear and see things that suggest he and his family are targeted. Phases like Brian Thompson appear in perceived digital patterns, subliminal speech, and algorithm nudges. Misidentification and escalation. In his fallen psychological state, the young man becomes convinced Brian Thompson is the source of the manipulation. Due to his interface with healthcare-related content, insurance apps, or digital healthcare data, he links the attacks to the UnitedHealthcare. He mistakenly identifies Brian Thompson, the CEO of the UnitedHealthcare, as the orchestrator of what he believes is psychological warfare on himself and others. Acting on this false perception, he kills the CEO. This sequence represents a catastrophic failure of ethics, security governance, and technological boundary settings. The use of Port 1033 by law enforcement connected to civilians via social media surveillance unintentionally radicalized a young man who acted on misinformation and destabilization, ultimately leading to the death of an innocent corporate executive.